Hi, I'm Paul Roberts, and I had the privilege to know one of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my entire life. I just heard this morning that Chip has passed away. I want to start off by saying the most obvious amazing thing that is almost unheard of, and that is that when he was coaching my children playing basketball, and they were warming up, I was sitting there on the bleachers, and it's loud and crazy in there. But I was looking, what's interesting to look at in the room? There's Chip standing on the free throw line. He's taking some time for himself. I start watching and I go, oh, okay, he got a couple of them, okay. And then I said, holy moly. And I sat there and I watched and counted. And he made about 25 free throw shots in a row. Most of them swishes. And I said to myself, didn't Shaq just kind of blow the whole big season that could have been a win for the Magic because he couldn't make a free throw or two? And here's this guy that I'm honored to have coaching my children and helping them with their education, physical education, making shots 25 in a row that could have been, he could have been better than the best player the Magic had. They could have changed the future of Orlando. I couldn't believe it. He's a humble man. I did mention it to him, but we didn't talk much. But I just thought, even to this day, how honored am I to have somebody that applied himself so much that he could do a feat like that and not even think anything of it. And just be humble when I even mentioned it to him. How dedicated is a person like this that can take of his free time and coach his child and other people's children? Be so committed to something that's so important, that so many people probably just take for granted. Oh, there's always a coach, there's always a volunteer. And I just wanted to share that. He always had a smile and a hello, but we didn't have a lot of talking or anything like that. We'd always see each other at the school functions. And I think we mutually respected each other because we were both, in our own ways, eccentric. I don't think he knew very much about me. I think I knew more about him. But we both kind of nodded at each other, knowing that we were not the regular type of people, that we had some special thing hidden. And so there, I start off with the incredible stuff, right? What an honor. What an honor to know this person. Now let's talk about the stuff I didn't know. My wife just told me today, I guess she's on the Lake Eola Heights newsletter, or never had it canceled from her email. And she found out today. And I go, oh, okay. I knew he was an athlete in the games and things like that. And I thought to myself, but, you know, whenever he was doing like basketball or anything, I never saw him do anything really active. Maybe he did on the games. But he was skillful and dedicated. I thought, okay, I can see, because, you know, I'm older like him, and I don't want to think that I'm going to pass away and have a heart problem. But I said to myself, okay, maybe he just didn't do a lot of physical activity, and so maybe he just had something that caused it. I don't know what the story is. But I heard a little bit of the story of his past that I had never known. In a way, we're kind of, here we are living in Topanga, or we were. And I said, you know, I would have expected them to live in Topanga. It's just where they should be. And people have said that about us. But I heard a little bit about both of them. And I heard how they were solid individuals that wanted to do things for the community, and things that were like about things that make life better. Not necessarily grandiose ideas of how to make more money and be successful in the eyes of the world, but I always like seeing these people that you don't really think of it successful in the eyes of the world. I always like seeing these people that, in my opinion, are successful. I just did a video the other day. I do Conscious Counseling 101. I just did a video the other day about what a big failure I am to the eyes of the world. But to the few that know what I do, maybe they see me, or myself even, as successful. But no one will ever know that. In the eyes of the world, somebody that doesn't strive for lofty ambition might be seen as less. But it's such a shame when that view is possessed by a person. When a person dies, I feel like, why didn't I say this before? And maybe I did, in small ways. But I'm saying it now because the people that knew Chip need to hear this. They need to realize that not one moment with him has been lost. Even if the way that you think your life might have gone differently wasn't realized, the gains that were made by a person that lived for what he was convicted of is the success. And that success transfers on to others and helps them be inspired to be successful and to realize furthermore that the success that they have doesn't need to be seen by the world as success. Even though I understand he was very instrumental in one of these large Highlander programs, and so he did have ways that he did this, did do what he did with all his fervor and was seen as successful, but in ways that are hidden, that only the privileged few get to go in and see behind the curtain. The real success was there even without knowing the man. The real success was there even without knowing the man. And so a few people at this time need to say that, because everybody has the potential to have that success that we just don't know about, and they should never for 1 minute feel less because they don't measure up somehow in the way of these super high-end, this is what success looks like kind of people. And I just want to say, Chip, you did with your time and energies things that were incredibly valuable to others and to yourself, because that's what pushed you. That's success, Chip. People that know Chip, that's success. Let's look to this man, not only while he was alive, but now, and continue to hold that up. That's a big, big thing in my life every day. And I hope it is to everybody else who knows Chip. And just the fact that the dedication also helps him to be a perfect free throw for 25 shots in a row, that just shows that when he puts his mind to something, he can dedicate himself to achieving it. That's not luck. That's clarity and focus of mind, making something happen because you're interested in it. That's dedication. That's Chip. And I hope that all of you that might be watching this feel the same as I do. And if you have other stories, I'll be looking at them and see what you have to say too, because he's the kind of guy that can just pass by you, but not without notice. And even without having a really involved conversation or a really involved friendship commitment, it's a powerful force felt by someone like myself, who in my own way I have that powerful force too. I can feel it and take it in just by being in the same room with them. So I hadn't said anything till now. Probably should have. But you know, when somebody's alive and they're doing fine, you say, you're all okay. Everything's good. Let him be him, I'll be me. But I'm saying it now. Thank you for being there for me and my family in the ways that you have been. Thank you for being dedicated to the things that you did in your life that allowed you to have the freedom to be what you were so that those things could happen. You made no mistake in your life because everything you did allowed you to be what you were, and then you did it and gave it and were it, and that goes on. So as far as I'm concerned, Chip, you did everything you needed to do just perfectly. Thank you.